How's your song, yeah?
Enjoy the beat. That's all I got. A quickie romp through what Raw was doing on the other side on USA Network the same night as Christmas Nitro. Let's do it. Fantastic show-long storyline where DX partners Shawn and Triple H must wrestle for Shawn's European title. It's WWF RAW is War from the Lowell Memorial Auditorium in Lowell, Massachusetts, with a 2.7 rating, trounced by Nitro's 4.11, with good old JR, pre-Frosted Tips Michael Cole, and not yet New Japan's Kevin Kelly on commentary, with Jim Cornette joining JR for Hour 2 in the Warzone.
Our censors are standing by, and as we expected, here comes the European champion and WWF champion Shawn Michaels, along with Triple H in China.
DX come out in white bathrobes and address their current feuds. H says, Owen Hart, you big baby! If you need a pacifier to suck on, you come see Triple H.
It's quite funny.
Shawn's like, Taker, I don't rest in peace. In fact, I stay up all night.
This is gold, man.
The difference in energy between Nitro and Raw is insane.
And they give the fans their Christmas present. Kiss me under the mistletoe. This is ours. Brilliant.
Oh, no. Wait a minute. There we go.
Merry Christmas!
Well, you look at those nuts. They're crazy, JR.
Commissioner Slaughter spoils the fun. Hey, Shawn, you haven't defended your belt. It's been more than 30 days. I'm going to strip you of it. And Shawn says, I don't mind being stripped.
Your opponent tonight will be Hunter Hearst.
Wow. That's not what they wanted. Merry Christmas, Shawn.
Triple H says, I know what you're doing here, Slaughter. You're trying to ruin Shawn's Christmas for when I beat him for the belt. And obviously that's the kind of show-long story. Shawn is like, I was with you until you said you beat me. And they get a bit of handbags going, and then China breaks them up. And that's the intrigue for the night. It'll be Shawn and Triple H for Shawn's European title.
The segment doesn't overstay its welcome. It's fucking hilarious, and it sets up a storyline for the night. They had a plan what they wanted to do, and they executed it. Lovely.
Tight.
Yeah.
Snippy.
Yep.
Did you watch this? Or?
No, I didn't.
Oh, great. Sure, we'll tell you all about it.
Kind of a bit sad now.
Oh,
I wish I did.
You will watch it,
You
Steve.
will change your mind. It's the Headbangers Ball. It's Thrasher versus the Confederate Hyuk. Henry Godwinn.
Oh, God.
Oh, man, I hate to go in the toilet after him.
Which
Sweaty.
Henry or Phineas, or both?
Oh, both are on equal footing here. Holy God. Splash.
Or the big quiche. Which one would you know?
Quiche is a bit cleaner. These guys are...
How'd you know?
These guys, I can see the sweat through their shirt, and I was like, oh, you don't bathe. Yeah. At least question mark for Quiche. Splash and Phineas run in for a DQ. They're learning from the NWO, you see. This is taped, as you can see, the horrendous green screen of the commentators. I don't know why in 97 it looks way worse than when they green screen in 87. Their lighting doesn't change, although the background has the moving lights. It looks so bad. And you can tell it's taped as there's obvious voiceover dubs.
So are they sitting in a studio?
Yeah, they weren't at it. Because JR would be like, oh yeah, so Mosh and Thrasher are coming out now. And then when it goes there, Mosh and Thrasher are coming out now. He's a terrible voiceover artist.
Yeah.
And the Godwinns they're just whipping the fire out of the Headbangers like two government mules here.
Let me tell you one thing. Mankind is not looking for Road Dogg and Billy to exchange Christmas cards. Happy holidays, tag team champs.
Wait, oh no. He landed on his back. Oh, this is bad.
Hilariously, Dude Love is injured, so Mankind will sub in. He quips, when the dude's ribs hurt, mine hurt too. Mankind promises Yuletide beatings to the Outlaws.
The fight before Christmas. Have a nice day.
Clips from last week to show you how awesome the WWF is at the moment. Stone Cold, he's feuding with The Rock over the IC belt, so he had to give it to The Rock, but he's like, he grabs the belt and he throws it in the river instead.
Yeah, I love that segment.
great kayfabe is that you don't see it, but Austin actually dropped the IC belt and he threw a different belt in the river. It's actually an old tag belt.
I love it.
This is because some lad actually got a boat, a dinghy, and a scuba equipment.
Fished it out.
Yeah, he did. And he went back to WWF saying, I've got it. It'll cost you $5,000.
And they're like, fuck off.
Yeah, I don't want it.
Should have just gotten the one from Shop Zone.
Yeah.
Like, it's worth $200,
Yeah.
Fuck off, mate.
Yeah.
Santa in the ring. Come on in, little boy. Little girl. Ooh, this kid looks a little oozy. Yeah. It's actually not Jimmy or Jay. It's one of their other brothers. There you go.
You're not the real Santa Claus.
What do you mean I'm not the real Santa Claus? Where did you get telling me that I am not Santa Claus? Why don't you go back and sit down over there?
That's not very nice.
Why don't you go back and sit down?
And he's mean to the kid and shoos him away. And he's like, where's Sable? I wanted Sable. But Stone Cold comes out instead. Glass breaks. Only one way this is going to go. Mean Santa versus the top babyface in the company.
Was it just me, or did he not get a massive pop? Like, he got a big pop, but it would get a lot bigger.
Oh, this is 97, so it wasn't quite there yet. Like, it was definitely on the way, but he was still... I haven't even gone for the world title push. That's coming in January for the Rumble,
Well, are we taking this?
Oh, by the way, Santa is a local indie wrestler called Roy.
Roy.
Yeah. Austin comes out and he's none pleased. He doesn't believe that Santa is the real Santa and says, are you Santa? Or are you just a big fat piece of trash? Of course, anyway, he just kicks him, stunner, and everyone goes crazy. It was quite funny because Bruce Pritchard was like, okay, you need to take his hat off and you need to take his beard off to show people he's not actually Santa Claus, that it's a fake. Because when they did it with Roddy Piper beating up Bobby Heenan, fans thought he was beating up Santa, and USA got a lot of abuse over it.
Oh, for God's sake.
But he got the hat off, so yeah, it's fine. It's fine.
Stone Cold just stuttered Santa Claus. He cracked Chris's kingdom.
Oh, hell yeah!
1997, it's The Rock versus The Undertaker. Holy shit! Nation of Domination Rock. I love that song, We are the nation of domination. Which is much cooler than it was when they were just in Montreal for Survivor Series. And so they had the French announcer. And he was like, here we go, sir, la nation de domination.
Je suis de nation. De domination. I love it.
Farouk, Rocky Maivia, Dino Brown, et Kama Mustafa, mesdames, messieurs, la nation de domination!
Oh man, as soon as he returned from injury, it was Farouk versus Chains. Rock bottoms him. Farouk picks up the win and hey, puts up the hand. I'm part of the nation. And from that point onwards, my favourite wrestler. Love The Rock. Boundless charisma, mugging for the camera. Obviously he's talking in third person. He's just so fucking cool. Holy shit.
Yes, he was cool, but he's still learning his craft. He was still slightly awkward on promos in 97. He really hit his stride in 98, I think.
Oh yeah, he came out after Shamrock's match here and do you want to hear The Rock's thoughts on the Gulf War? No. and he doesn't elaborate, he just moves on.
Brilliant. Question, what's your favourite version of Rock?
Like early 2000 babyface Rock? Because wrestling was just so good at the time. Everything was just amazing. Good memories.
On 98, The Nation Rock, when he was the head of the nation. I just, oh my God. And he's like, from the No Way Out, and he's just mugging in the camera, letting, Mark Henry cut a promo, and he's just in the back stealing the spotlight. Love
Nice. Oh, wow. So we all have different.
Yours is?
Mine is 2003.
Ooh.
Hollywood Heel Rock.
Yeah, very good. All great.
Incredible.
All great.
Are you thinking about his rock concert when you're...
Rock concerts, his feud with the Hurricane, stuff with like Lillian and things like that. Just, he was just magic. Magic.
Yeah.
Got a tiny ding-a-ling.
Where's Tiny? No! Oh yeah, easy, big fella.
The Undertaker!
Oh, he's facing The Undertaker, whose hip was injured at the moment, making his entrance even slower. The This was during his short-lived corner boom lights on the ring. You know, is it dark and he got boom, bang, you know?
Yeah.
Of course, that died instantly as soon as Kane came around and they pressed Kane's pyro at the same time and it just blew up in his face.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, and oh my God, Splicey. But he barely flinched for it and they actually cut it and put it in his Titantron of him not flinching. So, you know.
Cool.
The Undertaker.
Wow.
Cool.
So pyro has gone off in his face more than once.
Yeah.
Because you remember it was at the Elimination Chamber. They got the pyro wrong and you could see him waiting in his pod. Referees are like coming down and they're giving him bottle after bottle of water and he's like pouring it on his face. And yeah, he got caught that time badly.
Yeah, it was during the entrance. I think they put the central pyro on when he was walking through it.
Yeah.
And his coat went up in flames and
Fucking hell.
he's such a fucking tough bastard. He just took off his coat and walked to the ring.
Yeah.
Mad.
That's me trying my hardest to stay in character.
To me, as I was watching this live, I'm thinking, oh my God, he's about to kill somebody. I mean, first of all, he could have been killed.
Right.
And I'm thinking, I'm glad he's okay. But I'm thinking, boy, when I see you there, I see pain, I see adrenaline, and I just see rage.
Yeah, absolutely. You've nailed it all on the head.
Oh, I found out where they took the pyro from. Kane's 2003 entrance with Big Show. And you just look at Kane's face here, you go...
There he goes. The Rock with an attack from behind.
I love how Rock is 6'5" and Taker is 6'10.5", and the Rock has to slouch so they're not, you know, almost head to head. Distraction by Paul Bearer, who's Kane's manager, allows Kama to doof low blow to Taker. Big scoop slam, hot dog for the people's elbow. Hits the right ropes, hit the left ropes, boom. No reaction. It wasn't a thing yet.
Leaps over the Undertaker and plants the elbow into the sternum. It's the most electrifying move in sports entertainment today. Oh, the people's elbow!
Holy God. It was like Goldberg wrestled Mongo at Starrcade and he does the spear. Nothing.
A lot more when Mongo's in the ring. Sending Mongo in again, and that time he speared him.
It's mental to see it, you know, because it would be the biggest move, maybe Jackhammer actually, but like, holy shit, no reaction.
Yeah, it's like when Kazarni first did it.
Oh my God.
I haven't mentioned that in at least one episode.
We haven't missed a beat yet. So Rock slaps on the Ionian nerve grip. It goes Magna. Brilliant. And then Kane comes out to spoil the fun. Lights turn out, do the theme song, and he's like, hey, you should fight me, goad me, fight me, come on. It's, you know, I came out at Bad Blood in October. It's now December. Come on. And they don't fight until WrestleMania. They actually draw it out all that time. He says, no, I don't want to fight my brother. And then Kane burns him alive at the casket in Royal Rumble. And then he says, yeah, okay, I will. Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
But you get the amazing promos as well.
Was it too long of a
I hated
build-up?
it. It was too long for me.
Okay.
It was like October to March is so long.
Yeah.
Anyway, it was huge for WrestleMania. Because he's got the, I'm going to walk through fires of hell to face you, Kane, and all that. Oh my God.
Whoa! And the Undertaker!
I will walk straight through the fires of hell to face you, Kane.
Anyway, that's that. So just stop, and that's the end of the match. What do you think about that?
Yeah, standard TV match with two of the biggest stars in history. I did enjoy. Bearer says that 1998 will be the year of Kane. Pretty sure he was a jobber by this time next year, wasn't he?
Ooh, and on 98, he got the title in June.
Sounds, yeah. He's
King of the Ring.
Lost it in June.
Yeah.
When did he join with X-Pac? I feel that's like...
That's when he turned jobber.
That's 99, I feel.
Was it? I
Yeah.
don't know,
Was that 99? I was
Because it's like X-Pac, DX has to explode, and then from the ashes, those two can be friends forever.
Let's hear without this thing. Come on! Suck it.
JR and Cornette kick off the Warzone. Technically a different show for ratings/maturity reasons, as it was Warzone supposed to be a bit more risque. Vince did the Cure for the Common show, admitting like, here's the start of the Attitude Era, it's the official announcement.
Oh, when he was just standing in front of a curtain.
Yeah.
Do you
want to just read this out real quick?
The Vinny. So this is Vince ushers in the Attitude Era with the Cure for the Common show introduction. We in the WWF think that you, the audience, are quite frankly tired of having your intelligence insulted. We also think that you're tired of the same old simplistic theory of good guys versus bad guys. Surely the superhero urge you to say your prayers and take your vitamins is definitely passé. Therefore, we've embarked on a far more innovative and contemporary creative campaign that is far more invigorating and extemporaneous than ever before. However, due to the live nature of Raw and the Warzone, we encourage some degree of parental discretion as relates to the younger audience allowed to stay up late. This new vibrant creative direction has resulted in a huge increase in television viewership, for which we thank the USA Network and TSN for allowing us to have the creative freedom. But most especially, we would like to thank you for watching. Raw and the Warzone are definitely the cure for the common show. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. I like how you can actually pinpoint when the Attitude Era started. It's not like, oh, when did the ruthless aggression era, when did that end exactly? You know, it's all this shades of grey, but that's no, we've drawn a line in the sand.
Yeah. And the fact that it's not just words and that he kind of backed it up by changing the actual product and backing up what he said, that's what brought it in, you know?
Yep.
Triple H on his way to the ring to challenge Shawn. Wait a minute. There's Owen Hart. Hey, wait a minute. Owen Hart. Cut that.
Shawn and Hunter are going to have their match, but Owen jumps H and officials come to break it up. Okay, listen, we did it, but we'll try again in the main event.
What the heck?
The Outlaws jump Mankind in the dumpster, but it's not Mick Foley. It's just some dude.
What's he doing back there?
Yes.
He's fishing around in there. Like
He's sorting through the garbage there. He was dumpster diving.
Are you looking for TV titles?
But like, that is assault. You have to appear in court, you know. Later on, which is the noise.
Mick Foley's terrible punches. Yeah.
Like, Mankind has a schmoz and fends off the Jackals, the New Age Outlaws, who nope out of the losing brawl by locking him in a walk-in freezer.
Yeah, it was great fun. The whole segment was amazing. Yep. Did you like it, Jay?
Mostly the like, I'm sold. I'm a very easy sell.
Two of the greatest sports entertainers in history.
And Road Dogg.
Here comes Marvelous Marc Mero. I don't know where Sable is. She was here earlier.
Marvelous Marc Mero comes out sans Sable. Where is she? She's here dressed as Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, completely covering up head to toe. Second best outfit he forced her to wear a couple of weeks ago. He had her in a potato sack.
I remember that.
Which is pretty awesome. He wrestles Scott Taylor. Pre-Scotty 2 Hotty.
Did he still have his terrible mullet that he had in like 94?
Oh, you'd love it, Steve. Yeah, very much. It's like early Shawn Michaels.
Nice.
A match technically happens, but it's just looking at what is Sable going to do, much to JR and Cornette's chagrin, and getting over poor Mero's feud with jobber Tom Brandi, which I feel is like the biggest shoot of all time, because like Sal Sincere comes out and Marc Mero's going to face him and he's just like gets on the mic, I'm not wrestling you, you're a jobber. No. And that's it, you know.
I want to wrestle him and I want to pin him.
Unfortunately, Mero has no creative control.
Vince McMahon has got Marvelous Marc Mero wrestling a jobber.
Whoa.
You're a nobody. In fact, you're not Sal Sincere, the pizza delivery boy. Your name is Tom Brandi. Whoa. They gave you this stupid gimmick and you did it. You should be ashamed of yourself.
Reversal into a TKO, and that's the win. And Tom Brandi comes out trying to wrestle Mero. Her feud with me. Me and you.
So you're saying Tom Brandi is hitching his wagon to Marc Mero?
That's it. He's hoping.
Low standards.
Yeah.
You think think you're special. You do.
We're in the post-match now. Just Sable, do your thing, would you? And she strips to her Santa costume. So she's in like a Santa's helper kind of red and white thing. She's like, Merry Christmas from the WWF. And just, there's some mark. It zooms in. There's a mark in the crowd that's like, oh!
Does like the tongue unravel and land on the ground?
His like eyes come bugging out of his head.
Steam coming out of his ears.
Bow ties start spinning. Earlier on tonight, we eavesdropped on Hunter and Shawn in their locker room, arguing and mocking each other. Honest, sir, I ain't been dropping no eaves.
I'm the showstopper, I'm the icon, I'm the main event.
Now we see Chyna whispering to Triple H. This is before she's allowed to talk, so she's just whispering into his ear. Triple H says, hey, I've nothing to prove. And by the way, I'm wearing my Lucky Chyna t-shirt to try curry her favour, because, you know, who's getting Chyna in the DX divorce? You know. And later on they go to Shawn's locker room, where he's saying, you're a punk, Triple H, I'm gonna win. And he's also wearing a Chyna tee. Which is so cool.
I know I've got my lucky shirt on, but the fact of the matter is I'm still gonna have to go out there and smack him around.
We are entrenched in the Los Boricuas era. It's DOA versus Truth Commission. 8-Ball versus Kurrgan the Interrogator, Robert Mallet, who's since done really well appearing in multiple films. Not just Sherlock Holmes, but Pacific Rim, Hercules, Deadpool 2, Deadpool, a Sluggo, and the biggest one, Monster Brawl with Jimmy Hart.
Oh.
One day we have to do this movie.
Yes.
Frankenstein! Father!
Kurrgan is the alpha and the omega of my life.
Throughout, we get Tattoo Bra Amy's boy Jackal obnoxiously spouting his beliefs. He's got a cult leader gimmick, but the speech isn't very specific. He's just like, the revolution's coming, get with it or you'll get trampled by it. Don Callis, not great, but I do like him a lot. There is a match happening. No, it isn't. Slidewalk Slam, and that's the 3. Faction Warfare, Humans, Schmalls. Ken Shamrock versus D'Lo Brown. I love how JR congratulates Ken's younger brother Frank winning the middleweight championship, the very first, in 22 seconds. JR undersells it. It was 16 seconds. And the first of 4.
He was such a beast, by the way. Frank Shamrock, absolute monster of a fighter.
He's already going to the joints. He's going to go to the ankle or the knee. Look at that. That puts the pressure on the knee right there. And D'Lo Brown just got to the ropes.
There's a leg grapevine. There's Bimmy's Jimmy. Ankle lock. And that's it.
The ankle submission, the ankle lock, and D'Lo Brown is tapping out.
Do you know, Bischoff actually modelled Goldberg after Ken Shamrock.
He did do the leg grapevine.
Yeah, rolling knee bar. He had the black trunks and knee pads, what Shamrock had at the time, because he was like, you are not using Shamrock to his ability here.
I agree.
I'm going to make a shoot fighter myself. And that was a rumour, obviously, you don't know.
If Shamrock came around at any time that wasn't Rock, Austin, Taker, Kane, like Mankind, Hunter, Shawn,
Road Dogg,
the greatest of all the sports entertainers, he absolutely would have been an upper tier guy.
Yeah, his mic skills weren't good enough.
Yeah.
He would have been in main events, but I don't think he would have been a world champion.
I think he would have been a world champion, but he wouldn't have been like someone who would have been the guy.
SmackDown champion kind of thing.
Yeah, perfect SmackDown champion.
Shows up in the Rumble trying to win a real.
Ooh, Shamrock.
Oh, Lord. What is this now? Oh, my God.
The artist formerly known as Goldust. My second favourite version of Dustin Runnels. And he's dressed as a Christmas tree. Yeah. Artist formerly known as Goldust was cool because he'd have a different outfit each week. Like, he came out as Marilyn Manson Dust, and they hadn't paid for the song yet, so Jim Johnson does his rip-off of The Beautiful People. Because the Beautiful People song goes...
It's a great song.
It is.
Actually was the song from SmackDown for a couple of years, right?
Yeah. But so Marilyn Manson Dust comes out there as like
Fucking jazzy.
I added that bit in, to be fair.
And I don't want you, and I don't need you, and I'ma get you, and I'ma feed you.
Oh, brilliant.
That's the ugliest Christmas tree I've ever seen.
Now we don our gay apparel.
JR slags him because he's a bit of a fancy boy. So he's like, Goldust. And now we don our gay apparel. There he is in his Elton John Christmas collection. Dustin reads A Visit from St. Nicholas, a poem by Clement C. Moore.
It's a Christmas Eve song though, Jay. Wrong day for this. Yep.
Too late. Shut it down.
'Twas the night before Christmas, when all through the house not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse. The stockings were hung by the chimney with care, in the hopes that St. Nicholas soon would be there. And then in a twinkling I heard on the roof the prancing and pawing of each little hoof. As I drew on my head and was turning around, down the chimney St. Nicholas came with a bound. He was dressed all in fur from his head to his foot, and his clothes were all tarnished with ashes and soot. A bundle of toys he had flung on his back, and he looked like a peddler.
Sorry?
Just opening his package.
He looked like a what?
Fucking peddler.
The petrophile. The grass hole.
Foot off, you peddler file.
Whammo, thank you, Stephen. Whammo, Pearl Harbor by Santa. No, that's Vader Claus. A different jolly fat man in a red suit. It's time. It's Christmas time. And it's time for your main event. It's DX versus DX. Shawn versus Hunter.
It ain't your ordinary Christmas show. In the battle of the egos, each one of them got their feathers ruffled.
What do you think? What happened here?
They start, hot dogging and grandstanding initially, and then going for a tie-up, and then backing out and going to China, getting some tips from China, coming back, trying it again. And then they finally lock up. Shawn, lovely flat back bump, bang, down he goes. Hunter runs the ropes probably 6 or 7 times.
It's the jump.
Yeah.
The space
exaggerated.
Jump is insane.
It's brilliant. And I wonder if he is taking the piss out of Ultimate Warrior, because he does like the running stand, then jump, land on your feet, splash.
Very good.
1, 2, 3. We, in Cornette, we've been bamboozled, we've been tricked, we've been shammed, and what I really enjoyed about it was, instead of Shawn jumping up straight away and them laughing and hugging, they both still play up to it for, another minute or so. Hunter's really proud. Shawn is devastated. Proud. And then Slaughter comes out on the rampway, if you want to finish off there, Jim.
Yeah, and he kind of just says it to himself because the lads just laugh at him, and he's like, yeah, that's funny, but you're Triple H, you're going to defend the belt against Owen next week. And so, but fantastic whopper episode of Raw. So, oh my God, it's like a lot of nostalgic memories and still etched in my head, and it's like so funny as well. With Shawn and Triple H's promo at the start with their dick jokes or whatever, and the swerve, the running of the ropes is like, it's so funny.
It is.
Obviously, I was thinking what broke kayfabe more was that Cornette had like 10 synonyms for ruse ready to go. Yeah. It was very good, but it's you've practiced this because
you kind of gone into business for yourself with your synonyms.
Yeah.
It was a ruse, a ploy, a plot, a plan, a charade, a conspiracy, a sham. We've been conned, hoodwinked, bamboozled, flim-flammed, and the wool pulled over our eyes even.
Excellent. Loved it. And they smashed WCW way better Christmas show. Holy God. Yeah, it was 2 hours.
It's one of my favourite ever Raw moments. It's an iconic moment. The famous.
Yeah.
It's so funny. The way they act, the way they talk on the mic, how they play up to it, everything is just nailed. And like per Sergeant Slaughter, the man himself, I'm sure he was well paid for this, but like you're going out there every week and those 2 lads are going to make you look like a fucking idiot.
Yeah, he's going to rip the piss out of you.
Yeah.
To his face.
Yeah.
Slaughter did get the last word. It is going to be a great Christmas. It's going to happen next week in the Nassau Coliseum.
He who laughs last.
Anyway, just final thing here. Did you know Vince... Okay, for 1997, WWF are getting trounced by WCW, even though they're making great waves, you know. Did you know Vince offered The Warrior a contract Christmas 97?
Holy fuck.
This will turn the tide. Just a month after he reneged on Bret's 20-year contract and went to WCW. He offered Warrior $750,000 a year for 5 years, plus 35% of merch, to work 14 days a month.
And Warrior didn't accept it?
See right now, but would you listen to the fans?
I'll tell you in a sec, but Vince, it's postulated that he told the boys WWF was losing in an effort to get them to take less money. It's true that 97 was the only year they truly lost money, like paying off WWE's restaurant doesn't really count. But they had $3 million to give Tyson in January. So, like in WWF 98, just imagine, instead of going with Stone Cold, they went with the Ultimate Warrior. Like, WCW was at its peak in December 97 for Starrcade, so Vince really shit himself. Like, ultimately, Hellwig turned it down and signed with WCW in 98. You suck. Which you can watch another episode for it. Anyway, so it's a goodbye from V1.
Take a boo.
And OSE. And myself, G. I'll remember a winner is you. And remember, Merry Christmas.